Upgrading gear in Raid Shadow Legends can be a pain. Knowing what to upgrade and what to spend your silver on can be really difficult. And it's also really time consuming. So today I've got some tips. We're going to use the filter system to make upgrading gear super quick and less frustrating. And also try and save some silver along the way as well. So follow my steps here on how I upgrade gear, and hopefully you can learn a thing or two for yourself. Quick heads up first though, if you're newer to Raid Shadow Legends, you might want to start a new account right now, because then you'll get all of these champions as you play. What you need to do is scan the QR code above my head or click the link in the description, and you'll get all these champions as you level up. Right then, let's talk about the filter system to make upgrading gear a lot easier. So, if we go to filter, we now have all of these options over on the left. And in fact, I'll move myself out of the way a little bit so that we can see it a little better. So we can filter by all of the different artifact slots. We can filter by rank and rarity, and also what stats the gear have. Now, we're going to make this a lot easier. If you're a little bit newer to the game, you want to go to rank and rarity and probably do 5-star and 6-star. But for most of us, we just want to focus on 6-star, right? And for even sort of more end game, you may only want to do epic, legendary, and mythic. For me, that's what I'm going to do. So we've already filtered down our gear and figured out what we want to upgrade. And we've gone from 798 pieces of gear to 443. That's going to make organizing this a little bit easier. So now we want to try and focus on upgrading things that are going to give us the best stats. So to start with, we can go and click on chest pieces and then go to primary stats. When it comes to chest pieces, we don't want flat HP, flat attack, or flat defense, because these are just not going to be good for your characters. They're really bad stats. We want flat HP percent, attack percent, defense percent, accuracy, and resistance. So we already know there that we can focus on having those chest pieces. So let's start with the chests, right? Now what we're going to do is go through and choose the stats that we want to go for. Usually I like to start with speed, critical rate percent, and critical damage percent, because these are just some of the most valuable things. I think speed is the most valuable thing in the game. So what you can do is click on the substats and then click select. And now we've got all of the chest pieces in the game that have speed rolls on them. So we can start here. We've got a 6 piece here with attack percent and speed. Well, that sounds pretty good. Let's see what we get on our first roll. Is it speed? Yes, it is. Okay, let's keep going. Is it speed again? Yes, it is. Okay, let's keep going. Is it speed again? A triple roll. Okay, so this is now a really nice piece of gear. A triple roll on speed. Awesome. Now, if this had rolled into attack and HP, I would stop upgrading it, right? And would move on. But yeah, really good piece of gear for the example here. So that's a nice piece of gear that I've got and I've upgraded now. So we've done that for the chest pieces. You've got another one here. Defense percent. Yeah, we could do with that. Defense percent is good on some characters. Let's go and upgrade that 4 levels and see what it rolls into. And it rolls into resistance. Resistance an okay stat as well. So let's see. Let's go to level 8. And resistance again. Okay, level 12. What are these rolls? Oh my goodness. This is extremely fortunate for us. Now, you got to basically... I'm trying to find an example of when it goes wrong here. But so far, this has only been going right. A defense percent chest piece with 3 resistance rolls is pretty good, honestly. Let's find another piece. Here we go. So we've got a defense percent piece here. Realistically, we're going to want to go to critical damage percent or speed here. I mean, all of these are good rolls, to be honest. So we get speed again. Okay, great. Speed again? What? Okay, right. At this point, I'll be thinking, is it worth upgrading this to the fullest extent? Maybe, but probably not, right? We're trying to go for the highest stack of rolls in speed here, or a very valuable stat, right? Speed, critical damage, critical rate percent, resistance are always usually the priorities, and sometimes accuracy. Attack percent isn't bad, but it's not the most important. Here we go. Let's try another example here. So we've got an accuracy chest plate. Let's see what it goes into. And it is defense. Okay, flat defense percent. So we don't want that. That is no good for us. So we're going to stop upgrading that now. Don't need it anymore. Okay, so we've done the chest pieces here with speed stats. We can now go through and do the same on shields, helmets, and weapons. Now, the top three always have the same base stats, right? Shields have defense, weapons have attack, and helmets have HP. So we can go to the primary stats and make sure nothing's ticked there, and then we'll select speed again. So now we can go through some of these items and see what we can upgrade. So, you know, you might want to prioritize specific sets. For example, days isn't that great. If you've got limited silver, you might want to start on something like relentless instead first. Okay, we got a relentless piece here. Let's see what we do. Go level 4. What do we get? Okay, critical damage. Great. Let's go to level 8. If it rolls into critical damage again, it does. I'm going to keep upgrading. Okay, we're trying to get pieces of gear that have some really good rolls so that if I need a character to have more critical damage, I can find my triple roll critical damage and we'll upgrade there. That's not too bad, but we'll leave it there because it didn't roll into triple critical damage. And I'm really trying to get the most valuable pieces of gear here that I can find. All right, let's go through. We've got a 6-star cruel shield here. Let's see what it rolls into. And we've got HP percent. Okay, yeah, I'm not too interested in that, to be honest. We'll ignore that. So basically, you just keep rolling, and if it rolls into something you don't like, you just move on to the next piece. We've got speed again. Brilliant. Do we get speed here? No. Okay. Like a 1 roll into speed and a 1 roll into critical rate just means that you might not be able to reach certain like stat rolls, right? But maybe one day we'll come back to that piece, but probably not. The more you get triple rolls and quadruple rolls into gear, the more likely it's going to be valuable for you. Let's take this helmet here. Got a bunch of stats here. Let's see what we get. Can we get speed or resistance? Flat defense. Definitely not using that then. Okay. Let's move on. Accuracy. Okay. You know, I wouldn't mind some accuracy on a helmet. A double roll in accuracy. Let's see if we can go further. Triple roll. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Triple roll in accuracy. That's pretty good. So we've now got a triple roll in accuracy. Brilliant. Now, what you want to do now is basically go through the same process with gauntlets and boots. Now, obviously, with boots, you're going to want to tick the primary stat of speed first. And if you don't have any like me, make sure your substats are turned off first. And then you can upgrade here. We've got 1 boots here with attack, resistant, and HP percent. Not great. I'll only keep rolling this if it goes into resistance. Nope, no good for us. Speed, all of these are pretty bad. Flat stats, speed. Okay, here we go. Attack percent, critical damage, and defense percent. All right. Anything could roll here. A critical damage. Let's see if we roll into critical damage again. No. Okay, defense percent. This is a bit of a bad piece of gear now. And then we'll do the same for gauntlets. The gauntlets can be a bit of a different story. I think that critical rate and critical damage are good places to start. And then we'll do the same. We'll go to primary substats. I want something that has speed on it first. Okay, we've got one here. Critical rate percent. Let's see if it rolls into speed. No. So that, it's resistance. I mean, yeah, we'll try. If it rolls into resistance again, we'll keep rolling. No. Okay. We'll leave it there then. Right then, we've done speed. We'll now do substats for critical rate percent. Is one here. Critical damage gloves with critical rate percent. Okay, okay, let's look at these stats. Critical rate percent, attack percent, accuracy. Those 3 are pretty good. Okay, we've got attack percent. Will it roll into attack percent again? No. Okay, not so interested in that piece of gear anymore. Okay, let's try critical damage percent. Right, we've got one here. It's critical rate percent, but it has a critical damage percent substat. Okay, we rolled it. Will we get it again? No. Okay, no use to me anymore. Okay, did we do speed yet? No, we got one here. Okay, I think we already rolled that one in the past though. Okay, so we've basically done with gloves for now. So now what we can do is turn off that, and we would follow the same process. We've now basically chosen anything that has multiple rolls for speed. We would then do the same thing with critical rate percent, right? Let's go through. Okay, we got one here. Attack. Let's see if it rolls into something good. Accuracy. Okay. Is it a double roll in accuracy? No. Okay. No good. We move on. This one. Let's see what this can be. Okay. Critical rate percent. Can we get it? Attack. Base attack. No good. Okay. Here we go. Shield. Let's see what we get here. Critical rate percent. Okay. Can we get another roll in critical rate percent? Yes. Okay. Can we get another one? Yes. Okay. And then we may as well take it up to level 16. And you'll go through this process again with all of the items. And then you can filter out by critical damage percent as well. And then accuracy. And then resistance. So I would say filter out one by these 5 here on this side, right? Speed, critical rate percent, critical damage percent, resistance, and accuracy. And now in the future, when you're looking for a specific piece of gear, it's a lot easier. You can go, right, I'm looking for more speed on my character. Let me first get everything like here. And now I'm going to specifically look for anything that has a triple roll in speed. Oh, here we go. We've got an attack percent chest piece with a triple roll in speed. I can now put that on my character, right? Because you've only focused on trying to upgrade things that have like higher stacked rolls on something. Let's say we need to squeeze a bit more critical rate. Let's do a triple roll on critical rate. Here we go. We've got a shield with triple critical rate. Brilliant. Okay. Let's say we need more accuracy. Let's see if we've got any triple rolls on accuracy. Yes, we do. Brilliant. I can put that on the character where I need it. So by approaching gear in this way, you're able to make sure you're upgrading things that are worth upgrading. And then what you can kind of do later on is you might have a lot of 6-star gear that you haven't really upgraded much. For example, this item here. But if you don't absolutely need silver, you can just hold on to it for now, because there might be some moments where you just need to put together a character for faction wars or something, and you can just throw that gear on them. This way you're not selling out too much gear. You would have already sold out all of your 5-star gear anyway, and all of the other rarities. And if you're super late game, you would have sold out your common and rares anyway. So this way you're upgrading gear, but doing it in an efficient way and not wasting too much silver. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you need any more help or any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!